Hello mathematicians, and welcome to day 1 of solving quadratic equations. So before you learn this unit, you should have learned all about how to graph them. So we are still dealing with them. So the first question we have here is, when we graph a quadratic equation, we get a shape that is called a parabola. Parabola. So this is this nice U shape that I have printed out over here. So this whole unit, we're dealing with this parabola, but we are focusing on one thing. Now, if we remember, the parabola has a lot of different parts to it, but what we're trying to solve or find is called the roots. Now, the roots are where the parabola hits the x-axis. So if you remember, this is the x-axis right here. So for this example, our roots would be right here and right here. So you can go ahead and make a little drawing to it if you want. I like to remember roots as a tree. It's where the tree meets the ground. So our roots is where the parabola meets the ground, which is the x-axis. Now there is different ways to say roots, right? I mean, in English, there's many ways to say many types of words. So the roots has different names, and some of them are the solutions, the zeros, or just the x-intercepts. I promise I'm going to stick to using the word root. But just in case you ever have another math class or another teacher and they ask you for these other words, I want you to know that that means a root, okay? Now, when we are graphing, there are 3 different cases that we can have. The first one can be that our parabola is nicely going through the x-axis. So it might look like this or like this. And what I notice here is that in both of these parabolas, they are intersecting the x-axis, or they have 2 roots. So right here they have 2 solutions or roots. Remember, it means the same thing. So that's the first case. The second case is that maybe it barely touches the x-axis like that. And I'm doing 2 different parabolas because it could be when it's either positive or negative. So for this example, I only have 1 root right here on each one. So right here, I only have 1. The last case I have is that sometimes they don't touch at all. So maybe this guy's going to be way up here. Oh, let me be consistent. Maybe this guy's going to be down here, and this guy is going to be way up here. This is not intersecting my x-axis at all. There are no roots. So sometimes I'm going to have 0 roots. So these are the 3 different types of cases. And I will see you for the next video.